$544 million in contract deals for the NBA. Now, while everybody keeps complaining about the second apron rule and the new CBA agreement with the NBA, the rules going on, the second apron, the third apron, everybody's trying to avoid that second apron, everybody's trying to avoid the taxes, this, that, and the third. Some players that are usually at the mid-level exception have been getting hurt, but others have been benefiting. Now, in this case is actually very unique because we have Luka Dončić, who signed a 3-year $165. We have De'Aaron Fox, who signed a 4-year $229, and we have Mikal Bridges, who signed, I think it was a 4-year $150. Now, these are very unique because the two guys that I think should have got the max ended up getting a pay cut, and the one guy that I think should have been the one taking the pay cut ended up getting the max. Now, what do I mean? Luka Dončić got a 3-year $165 million. Now, obviously, I don't know the exact amount per year, but I'm going to average it out to be $55 million per year. Now, him playing for the Los Angeles Lakers and Luka being who he is and the talent that he brings, the skill level, I think this is very cheap for Luka. Now, the good thing about it is he has 2 years, and the third year is a player's option. He could opt out and then sign his real big max contract. It's a $417 million contract. That's going to be the contract that he was supposed to get. I think he was supposed to get $345 or something around there with the Dallas Mavericks, but instead they decided to trade him in the middle of the season, and then he ended up being not eligible for the $417, and that is the biggest reason I think why he was upset about the whole trade, because you could have literally extended me and then traded me if that's what you really wanted. If you were really mad about me being fat, this, that, and the third, you could have extended me, then traded me to the Lakers, but that didn't happen. So now he has to sit here with the Los Angeles Lakers, take this 3-year contract, 2 years and a 30 is a player option, take this $55 million a year, which by our standards, me and everybody watching this video, that's a lot of money, so I wouldn't complain if I'm him. But at the same time, from $55 million, I think $417 was supposed to be like $345 or $417, 5 years. Yeah, I think that would have been a lot more money. Probably like, what is that, 70 a year, 75 a year. To go from $75 million a year, $55 million a year, that's about $20 million that you could be getting every year. The good thing is with Luka is by 2028, the salary cap is going to be a lot more. And depending on how he plays and his health and his physique and his body fat percentage, it turns out to be the next 2 years, he could probably get more than $417. And also depending on where the league goes, or how much the salary cap is, he might be able to get more. And on top of that, by 2028, he might not have a LeBron James playing next to him. LeBron James opted into his $52 million deal this year, his option. So Luka, next time, that's probably some money he could be getting himself. That's probably an additional $20 to $30 million he could be getting himself. So I would say it's a good humble move. It's a good move to set up your future, honestly. And not that he had any other options, but a lot of people were kind of saying Luka might be traded. Luka might request a trade. Luka might not stay with the Lakers after this year. But he's still there, and he signed an extension. Now, the one that I thought was going to take a pay cut was De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is a very nice player. I like his game. I like, the way he plays. He's fast. I'll say his three-point shot, in my opinion, has gotten better, but it's still not something that you can rely on. Everything else, though, part of the game, I think he's good. So, 4-year $229, in my opinion, for De'Aaron Fox, that's a lot. As great of a player as he has been, he hasn't done anything. He hasn't gone past the first round of the playoffs. He barely made it to the playoffs. He spent a large part of his career being injured. He averages a lot of injuries per year. I think he gets 2 or 3 injuries per year, and they sit him out for a long time. So I thought he would get a pay cut. I didn't think they would give him a 229, try to max him out. I thought he would be getting, I don't know, maybe like a Mikal Bridges contract, honestly. Something like a 4-year 150. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like if you're really, really pushing it, like a 4-year 160. That's not bad, honestly. In my opinion, it's not bad. But a 4-year 229, to me, that's insane. He's pretty much getting like $57 million a year. And I understand that they're going to have to sign Victor Wembanyama. They're going to have to extend him. All the young guys that they didn't want to give up for KD, they didn't want to give up for a lot of other guys, the Cassels, the, Vassels, all the guys that they have. They're going to have to sign them. And you have $57 million tied up, average, by the way, to De'Aaron Fox every year. This might be hard for the Spurs. I don't know if they set up themselves for a win, but De'Aaron Fox definitely set up himself for a win. If I'm him, I'm taking my money. It is what it is. Not my mistake. That's your mistake. Because if it was the other way around, they would take whatever they can too. So from his standpoint, from his point of view, he felt like he was worth that. He got what he's worth. And let's see what happens with the Spurs. Let's see if maybe this is the team for him. Maybe this is what unlocks his full potential. And then lastly, Mikal Bridges. Signed a 4-year, $150 million contract. I think his max would have been 4-year, $156. Honestly, he left $6 million on the table, but that's like, $1.5 million a year. Not that much. He didn't leave much behind, but a 4-year, $150, that's $35 million a year. I think that's good for Mikal, but if I'm him, I'm maxing out. I'm taking the max that you can possibly give me. I don't trust the Knicks to go get somebody with that $6 million. So if I'm him, I'm maxing out. I'm taking that. I don't care about no second apron. That's not my problem. That's your problem. Y'all figure that out. Because at the same time, Mikal Bridges is out here giving them everything that he can, playing a long time in the game, a large amount of minutes. He's giving them defense and offense, and sometimes playmaking. And creating his own shots, creating shots for other people. He's like a great second option when Jalen Brunson is out. And then at the same time, when he has like a bad stretch, when he has a bad series in the playoffs, everybody's like, damn, we gave up 5 picks for him. We gave up 5 picks for him. Y'all were never going to do anything good with those picks in the first place. Y'all weren't going to draft nobody good with those picks anyways. Name somebody Knicks have drafted recently that's still on the team that's doing good. Nobody. There's nobody. So your 5 picks would have went to waste anyways. It's not his fault. I mean, he's not a superstar player. Sometimes he's going to have bad stretches. He might have like 8 games where he's doing bad. He might have, a series where he's doing bad. And on top of that, you had Tom Thibodeau last year running them to the ground, playing them like over like 36 minutes a game every night and practice every day. Like, what do you mean, bro? Like, it's a whole different vibe. Like, I really think Mike Brown's about to unlock a new level to Mikal Bridges. I think the Knicks fans will now actually really get to appreciate and love Mikal Bridges in the regular season and in the playoffs, every series. And then another thing is, I see mixed reviews. I seen people say it's too much money, and I seen people say it's too little of money. But I'll say it's a good amount for Mikal Bridges. I mean, this is all they had to offer him. An extra $1.5 million a year, honestly, is not going to do nothing for him or for the team. Like, it is what it is. Doesn't matter who won that. That's like a tit for tat thing. You got to be really petty to, try to get that or either way. But for the steals that he had, I think in Game 1 and in Game 2 of the Boston Celtics series in the second round, I think it's worth it. For the times where he steps up when Jalen Brunson isn't there, I think it's worth it. For all the game-winning plays that he makes defensively, or the little plays like he'll get the ball, dive for 50-50 balls, defense, I think it's worth it. And I genuinely think that a new level of Mikal Bridges will be unlocked with this New York Knicks team. I think this time, him and Anunoby will mesh well. Josh Hart will be way better this time than last year. I think all in all, this whole Knicks team will be way better now that they've went to the conference finals together and seen what it really took and what they needed and what they were lacking in the playoffs last year. I think this year they would be way better. They'll figure it out. And then also understanding the fact that the East is wide open. It could be theirs. So I think they're going to figure it out, man. But anyways, thank you so much for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. This Real Talk with E. Safe.